Verasity Price is on the verge of doing something very big along with Bitcoin and the rest of crypto. It's either going to be a big move up or a big move down. I've been covering on my Bitcoin videos, which is going to be your leading indicator for whatever Verasity or any other altcoin is going to do. These are the key things in play. Essentially, you have a diamond. On top is the daily 89, which is quickly approaching the origin line, which historically, if it pushes price below it, it's going to be a huge spill. But this is also the juncture where price could fly above this and bring Verasity up to upper targets, which we're going to cover in this video. However, I can't stress enough, if you're a Verasity fan or altcoin fan, these are the four things to be looking at, because it's going to be a better primary indicator for your altcoin price than anything, even the price itself of your altcoin, as strange as that sounds. And so make sure you're also watching my Bitcoin analysis video so you can stay on top of how Bitcoin is resolving itself out of this range, which is crunching down and volatility is getting ready to spike up. So let's go look at how this is going to play on Verasity Price. Here we go. We're lucky because I already did this on a live show, and I tried to re-record it, but then my sound was off, and I was a lot of the people on the call still were making fun of me. Like, it's gonna be so funny when he realizes we can't hear him. And then about 3 minutes, or maybe 4 minutes later, I realized it. All right, anyway. So I have all this set up so you can safely see the same three of four things that were on the Bitcoin chart. The daily 89, which you need on your Verasity chart, because what is Verasity touching now? What did it actually? Let's go to the 1 minute chart. Okay, look at that purple line. I'm gonna go to the 1 minute. Okay. Is this evidence enough that this should be on your chart? Keep the daily 89 on your chart if you're a Verasity fan, and you use the MTF EMA indicator by 𝐹𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐿 down here, and you literally just make it like this. Go to inputs, daily 89 style. Mine are purple. You can make it whatever color you want, and so that's one reason why it needs to be on your chart. Let's zoom back out to the 4-hour chart, even though I have on different time frame EMAs. So you have the daily 89. You have a potential very bullish cross, the daily 10 crossing above the weekly 10. Daily 10 is white, weekly 10 is red. I anticipated in my yesterday's analysis that it needs to come down and use this as support. It's potentially finding support on top of it. Let me go down to the 5 minute chart here. So it looks like it possibly has found support without touching this, but what I think is going to happen is at least this white one is getting ready to cross up. I have a feeling that that price is going to touch the white and lift off, but it could create this shape here, right? And there are some nuances to this because Bitcoin price has a little bit more wiggle room than Verasity. So Bitcoin price could go sideways, potentially half of next week, maybe all of next week, but I think Bitcoin's going to pick a direction by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week, with about maybe a 30% chance it'll be the week after. So this could take a little while longer. So in terms of timing, when you expect these targets that I'm getting ready to show you and define very clearly and show you why on Verasity, just realize the timing so your expectations are appropriate. I would say Wednesday to Friday of next week. So it's Wednesday like the 17th, Wednesday, August 17th at roughly the earliest. I would give it a 60% chance, 16th, 17th, 18th of August, it pops above the purple line and hits the next target, which I'm going to show you, or it dives down below it. Or I think it has maybe a 40% chance it's the week after. So don't expect this all to happen right at once. And I strongly don't expect it to happen over the weekend. This is going to be a great time to not do anything in the charts and take a break from looking at the charts over the weekend. I'm telling you, I'm very likely going to be right on that. And it's always nice to know when you can take a break if you're one of those crypto crackheads like me, always staring at charts. This is going to be a great weekend just to not do anything. All right. Now, so that's what's happening in the landscape of crypto, how Verasity is, essentially connected to Bitcoin price action, right? Okay, now, if Bitcoin goes all the way up to, let's say, 25 to 28K, I think Verasity is going to, so Bitcoin 25K, Verasity has a chance to hit this origin line and this horizontal of resistance. So you have resistance here and resistance here. I I don't know if it's going to hit this level at 0.00. Let's just call it 0.00888, something around there. If Bitcoin's at 25 or 28K, I am not for sure. But in this next rally, this, regardless of when Verasity gets to that triangle, with the loose assumption that Bitcoin does bust up, under the conditions Bitcoin bust up next week or the week after, I don't want to tie this to the win on Bitcoin. Is it when it's 25K or when it's 28K? I actually can't tell. But what I can tell you is Verasity is likely going to have a healthy pullback and wait for this daily 10, the white line, to try to push it up. So once it touches this triangle, it's gonna need to wait for this white line to, and it could even come all the way back down to test this support here, or back down to this purple daily 89, which will be curling around. So you're likely gonna have a pullback from just shy of 0.009. Okay, is that saying that's where it'll end? Not necessarily. However, that's your most immediate upper target, and those are all the reasons why this is a major origin line. Now, it is possible that Verasity does something hyper bullish where it busts through there and uses it as support. And so you'll want to pause it. So you can see here on May 12th, you have a big wick down, and you can kind of try to make this line as close to mine as you can with this wick, and it doesn't quite hit the wicks down on May 26th. It doesn't quite get it because this goes all the way to the origin of price, right? So this is not a local line. This is an origin line that goes back to the very beginning of price. But you might want to try to pause this video and make this line on your chart. And if you want, I can clean this up a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. There you go. So make a horizontal here and then try connecting a line almost from the bottom of this wick all the way up, something to that effect, so it aligns with what I got here. Because if Verasity can get above there and use it as support, and Bitcoin's only at 25K, for example, then it's going to come up to this next, so this is the absolute most bullish thing I could see happening. Bitcoin 25K, Verasity way outperforms it, which it is trending on Twitter. This could happen. Then use this as support. It could bust through 0.009 and use 0.00888 as support roughly. And then if Bitcoin makes another leg up to 28 to 29 to 30K, I mean, Verasity could really take off to 1.5 cents. That would be my ultra bullish target for this bear market rally. Under the assumption, loose assumption, perhaps confident assumption that this is not this was not the bottom for crypto. But so 1.5 pennies is your super bullish target, and then your more immediate bullish target is somewhere closer to 0.00888, and for all these reasons. Now, when should you start being concerned for the price of Verasity to start breaking down? Well, it's simple. It's the weekly 10 and daily 10. That's it. These are both what the price of Verasity just got over. So if you start seeing Verasity, even if it hits here first and then goes below this red line that's curling around and uses it as resistance, that's when Verasity is going to break down. It's all about this red line, the weekly 10. So use the MTF EMA indicator, put on your weekly 10, a daily 89, and a daily 10. Even if you're not an EMA person, I'm telling you, this is what's happening. You're gonna want it on your chart, and so instead of my making a call of exactly how it'll move, which I often do, I can't do that right now because Bitcoin, as I've been saying in a lot of my Bitcoin videos, it's at a juncture. It literally could go both ways. So could the stock market, but it's getting ready to decide one direction very, very soon. So the most valuable thing I could provide for you is what to look at and how to adjust quickly so you can front run the big move one way or another. Am I making sense there? And you know exactly what to look for, and you can zone in on what I'm giving you, these tools I'm giving, suggesting that you use on even the 5-minute or 1-hour charts. You can see how the candles are floating around here, interacting, so that if you see a lot of resistance, you say, okay, it's going to pull back. Or if you see resistance, if it goes under the weekly 10, use that as resistance. You can fairly safely assume whatever local high that Verasity has made, that's probably it once the weekly 10 has been used as resistance fully. And that is your Verasity breakdown. I hope this was helpful, and you just got 𝐾𝐢𝐬𝐈 worldwide. Peace out.